Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on data structures and algorithm. And today's topic is linked list. Okay. So myself Niladri Shekhar Pal, I am working as an assistant professor at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. So what is linked list? Like arrays, linked list is a linear data structure. Okay. So unlike arrays, linked list elements are not shared at contiguous memory location. Okay. So as we know that array elements are stored in contiguous memory location, but linked list elements are not shared in the contiguous location. Okay, the elements are linked using a pointer. Okay, all the elements of the linked list are linked using a pointer. It is a very commonly used linear data structure. Okay, it is basically a very commonly used linear data structure which consists of group of nodes in a sequence. Okay, so in case of linked list, there are a group of nodes. Okay, each node holds its own data and address to the next node. Okay, so I am drawing what is how it looks like. Okay, suppose this is a node. Okay, so this is a node. Okay, it has two parts. Okay, so it is linked with another node. Okay, so this is how linked list looks like. Okay, this is how the linked list basically looks like. These are the nodes. Okay, this is a node, this is another node, and this is the link between two nodes. Okay, we'll later discuss about node. This. Okay, so each node holds its own data and address of the next node. Okay, so as you can see that there are basically two parts. Okay, one is the data part and the another one is next part. Next part basically holds the address of the next node. As you can see, this is the pictorial representation of a linked list. This is the data part and this is the next part. Basically, next part means the address of this node. And in this node 2, this is the data, that is B. And this second portion will hold the address of this C node. Okay. And in the last, there is null, as there is no node after this. Okay. So that is why this is null. Why we use linked list? Okay, as you know that arrays can be used to store linear data of similar types, but arrays have the following limitation. What are the limitations? The size of the arrays is fixed, so we must know the upper limit on the number of elements in advance. Suppose I am giving you a real life example. Suppose there is a marriage occasion. Okay, suppose you have invited 200 people. Okay, and for that you have talked with caterer, and they have the caterer also prepared the food for 200 people. Okay, suppose after during the time at the time of your occasion, came to know that you got the information that only 100 people will come. Okay, but you have contracted with the caterer that for 200 people. Okay, so the money for 100 people or the food of 100 people will be totally wasted. Okay, so this is one of the limitations of array. In case of array, we have to define the size before compilation. Okay, so if we need less amount of data, with the other remaining memory allocations will be wastages. I am giving you another example. Suppose in the same marriage ceremony, you have contracted the caterer for 200 plates of food. Okay, but somehow you came to know we- that that more than 200, that is 250 people will come. Okay, somehow your some relative who told that they will not come. Okay, but at the last moment they decided to come at your home at this occasion. Okay, so as you have already paid for 200 people. Okay, so at that time it is not possible for the caterer or for you to accommodate another 50 people. Okay, so this is also a disadvantage of array. Okay, so in case of array, it is not possible to store extra elements in the array. Also, generally the allocated memory is equal to the upper limit irrespective of the usage. Inserting a new element in an array of elements is expensive because the room has to be created for the new elements, and to create room, existing elements have to be shifted. Okay? Each node holds its own data and address to the next node. What are the basics of linked list? Following are the important terms to understand the concepts of linked list. Link. What is link? It is basically make link between two nodes. Okay. So each link of a linked list can store a data called an element. What is next? Next part is basically the address of the next node. Each link of a linked list contains a link to the next link called next. What is linked list? The total node is called a linked list. A linked list contains the connection link to the first link, okay, called the first. Next one, linked list can be visualized as a chain of nodes, okay, where every node points to the next node. So as you can see that this is the linked list. This is node 1, this is node 2, this is node 3, okay. So, and this is the head. Basically head is the main tracker. Head basically stored the address of the first node, that is node 1, okay. And if we go to the node 1, we will get from this next of node 1, we will get the access of this node 2. And if you go to the node 2, from this next part you will easily access node 3. Okay, so this head part is very much important. I am giving you an example of linked list, real life example. Okay? Suppose you are a student of college, okay, and somehow you and your friends have decided not to go college for a day, okay. So where you will go? You will go to a movie hall, okay, to watch a new movie of Rajnikant, okay. So what will happen? You visited the cinema hall and you are watching movie, okay. Somehow any of your college group D staff or any person have seen any of you, okay. Suppose you have seen, he has seen me, okay. I am also in the same movie hall, okay. He has seen me, okay. So what will he do? He will go to the college and go to the principal's room and told that, sir, I have seen your college student, okay, at the movie hall, X movie hall, okay. So principal goes there in the movie hall, and that person who give the information about us, okay, he knew where I have seated, okay. So he go to my seat, okay, with the principal. So principal asked me, why are you not attending the class? Okay, and he has told me very much, okay. And after that, he has asked me, how many of you have came? I told, no sir, nobody had come. But he did not hear my, okay. So I have to told that, sir, there is another student who is seated here, okay. So I told that you go to the B row, and if you go to the B row, you will find another one. So the principal came in this B row. He also found one of my friend and asked my friend that, why are you here? What are you doing here? Okay, and also asked the address of the next one. Okay, and he told the next one. Okay, and at the last person, he told that, sir, null. That means nobody is there. Okay, I am the last one. Okay, so this is why this head is the main important. Okay, so head is me here. Okay, head is my address where I have seated. As per the above illustration, following are the important points to be considered. Linked list basically contains a link of element, okay, called first. Each link carries a data field and a link field called the next. Okay, so this is the data field and this is the next field. Next field basically holds the address of the next node. Each link is linked with its next link using the next link. Okay, so this is the link. It has been linked to the next link using this next link. Okay. Last link carries a link as null to mark the end of the list. As you can see, how you can be able to understand where is the linked list end. If we found that there is a null in the next part of any node, we can conclude that this is the last node. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of linked list? What are the advantages? They are basically a dynamic in nature which allocates the memory when required. Insertion and deletion operation can be easily implemented. Okay. Stacks and queues also can be implemented using this linked list. Linked list basically reduces the access time. What are the disadvantages? The memory is wastages as pointers require extra memory of storage. Okay. No elements can be accessed randomly. It has to access each node sequentially. Suppose we randomly want to go to the node 2. It is not possible. At first we have to go to the head. From head we will get the address of the first node, and in the next part of the first node there is the address of the second node. Okay. So we cannot go to the next second node randomly. Okay. This reverse traversing is difficult to link it. Okay. So suppose we are in node 3, okay, and we have the short memory, okay, like in the movie of American, like Gajni, okay, he has a very less memory, okay. So if we are in the link node 3, okay, there is no such address from node 3. We can be able to go to the node 2, okay. From if we are in node 1, there is the address part in the node 1 from where we can go to the node 2. But in node 2, there is nothing information, no information of the previous node, okay. So once we go to the node 2, we will not be able to come to the node 1. Okay, so and this problem is of the single linked list. Okay. Next is what are the applications of linked list? Linked lists are basically used to implement stacks, queues, graphs, etc. Okay. Linked list lets you insert elements at the beginning and end of the list. Okay. So using linked list, we can also insert the elements at the beginning and also at the list. Rather, we can say that we can also insert the element between any two nodes. In linked list, we do not need to know the size in advance. Okay. So in case of linked list, we do not need not required to know the size of the array or how many elements we want to store. Okay. Everything will happen using dynamic memory allocation. Next, we have basically three types of linked list. One is single linked list, next one is double linked list, and the third one is circular linked list. Okay. So at first, single linked list has come to the scene. So what is the uses of double linked list? As we have seen earlier, that I am giving an example that will be easier for you. Okay. Suppose this is node 1, this is node 2, and this is node. Okay, there are three nodes. Okay, and this is the head. Suppose the address of this node is 100. This is 200. And this one is 300. And the element stored here is 8. here is B, and here is, okay. Basically, this is the head. Okay. This will store 100. Okay. So from 100, we can easily visit node A. Okay. And from node A, here is the next part. Okay. Here you will get 200. Okay. So easily you can go to this node. Okay. This is the 200. So this is B. Okay. So if we visit B, we will get 300. Okay. That means we can easily go from B to C. And here in C, this is null. Okay. Null means there is no node. Suppose so, where we are now? We are at now node C. Okay. So you can see that we cannot move back to B or A. Okay. From B we can go to C. Why? Because in the address bar there is the node address of the next node. But when we are in node C, there is no option to go to back. Okay. This was the problem of single linked list. Okay. So that double linked list came to the C. This is the double linked list. Okay. It has two addresses. Suppose if it is C, it will store n here. N means null. Okay, and in the previous section, it will store the address of previous node. Okay, so you can easily visit from C to B now, or from B to A now. Okay, so using double linked list, that problem has been resolved. Now you come to the point why the circular link came to the scene. Suppose there are 100 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, suppose you are in now in the 100th node. Okay, you are now in the 100 nodes. Okay, suppose you want to go to the node number 5. What you will do? You will have to, using double linked list, you have to come from 200 to 99, then 99 to 98, 98 to 97. This is how we have to come to the node 5. Okay, so this will take a huge time. If there is a circular linked list, okay, suppose this is a circular linked list. Okay, in case of circular linked list, what happens? The circular link. So this is the C. Okay, so if C stores the address 100, what will happen? So from to go to C to A, we do not have required to go at first B after that A. We can easily move from C to A. Okay, so this is the uses of circular linked list. Okay, so this, so I think you are quite now able to understand why single linked list, why double linked list, and why circular linked. So what is single linked list? Basically, single linked list contains nodes, okay, which have a data part as well as an address part. That is next, which points to the next node in the sequence of nodes. Okay. The operation we can perform on single linked lists are insertion, deletion, and traversal. Okay. So we can perform the following operation: insertion, deletion, and traversal. Insertion can be in at the beginning, at the end, or between any two nodes. Deletion from front or end. Okay, and traversal means to visit all the nodes. So this is the single linked list. Okay, this is the head. Head stores the address of this node, and from this node we have in the next part we will get the address of this node, and in the next part of this node we will get the address of this node. Okay, so on this will go on. Now the double linked list. In a double linked list, each node basically contains a data part and two addresses, one for the previous node and another one is from the next node. So this is the pictorial representation. As you can see, this is 10, this is 20, this is 30. From 10 you can easily visit to 20, and from 20 you can visit also 30 and also can visit at 10. Okay, so this is the good thing about double linked list. And why we use double linked list, I have already discussed. Okay, so there is a small difference in double linked list than single linked list is that in case of single linked list there is only one head. Or okay, so in case of double linked list you have to give a new name to this head because there is a start and there are two heads. I want to say that one is head and another one is tail. Okay, so the head will store the address of the first node and the tail will store the address of the last node. So head is called start here and tail is called here end. Okay, so basically start holds the address of the first node and end will store the address of the last node. So now what is circular linked list? It is the last node of the linked list holds the address of the circular of the first node, hence forming a circular chain. Okay. So circular, in case of circular linked list, last node basically in the next part of the last node, the address of the first node is stored or it will link to the first node. Okay. So you can see that the pictorial representation. So in the last node, we will get the address of the first node. Okay, so there is a circular. Now come to the difference between linked list and array. So what are the difference between array and linked list? Basically, array is a collection of elements of similar data types, but linked list is an ordered collection of elements of same type which are connected to each other. Okay, in case of linked list, there is a provision of connection. Okay, connection between all the nodes. Array supports random access, which means elements can be accessed directly using their index value. Okay, but in case of linked list, it supports sequential access. That means that it is easy to access any element or node in a linked list. Okay, we have to sequentially traverse the complete linked list up to that element. Okay. In case of array, elements are stored in a contiguous memory location or in consecutive manner in the memory. Okay. In a linked list, new elements can be stored anywhere in the memory. Okay. So in case of linked list, elements can be stored anywhere, wherever it gets in a free space. In case of array, insertion and deletion operation takes more time as the memory locations are consecutive and fixed. Okay. But in case of linked list, a new element is stored at the first free and available memory location. Okay, with only a single overhead step of storing address of memory location in the previous node of linked list. Memory allocated as soon as the array is declared. Okay, at compile time. It is also known as static memory location. Memory is allocated at runtime as and when a new node is added. Okay, so it is all called dynamic memory allocation. Array can be single dimensional, two dimensional, or multi-dimensional. Okay, but linked list can be single, double, or circular linked list. Okay, so this is the difference between linked list and array. So why need pointers in linked list? Basically, in case of array, memory is allocated in contiguous manner. Okay, hence array elements get stored in consecutive memory locations. So when we have to access an array element, all we have to do use the array index. For example, ARR4 will directly access the fifth memory location, returning the data stored there. Okay, but in case of linked list, the data elements are allocated memory at runtime. Hence, the memory location can be anywhere. Therefore, to be able to access every node at the linked list, address of every node is stored in the previous node. Okay, so hence forming a link between every node. We need this additional pointer because without it, the data stored at random memory locations will be lost. we need to store somewhere all the memory locations where elements are getting stored. Okay? So this is why pointers needs in linked list. So what are the basic operations on linked list? Number one is insertion. It is basically adding an element at the beginning of the list. Next one is deletion. Deletion means delete an element at the beginning or at the end from the linked list. Display means display the complete list of the linked list. Search means to search a particular element of an linked list. And deletes means to delete an element using a giving key. Okay. So now we'll do the implementation of linked list. In linked list, data stored in multiple contiguous blocks of memory. Okay? So data are stored in multiple non-contiguous blocks of memory. It is not in contiguous memory blocks. Okay. Suppose one linked list is 100 position, another may be in 100. Okay. We call each block of memory a node in the linked list. Okay. So each block is called by a node in linked list. So this is an example of linked list. As you can see that there are three nodes. Okay, first node stored 2, second node stored 4, third node stored 6. Okay, so this is the data part of this linked list, and this is the link part or the next part or the address part. Okay, this is basically the link part basically stored the address of this next node. Okay, suppose the address of the first node is 200, the address of the second node is 200, and the third one is 400. Here one thing I want to mention that if the address of first node is 200, it is not necessary that the address of the second node will be more than 200. Okay, it will be anywhere in the computer memory. Okay, so there is nothing of ascending order or descending order. Okay, so this is the example of a linked list. So you can see that the address of the memory block allocated to each of the nodes, okay, is totally random. 200, 100, 400, these are all the random values. It is not guaranteed that the address will be increasing order or decreasing order or adjacent to each other. That's why we need to keep this link. Okay. So as I have told that if it is 200, it will not be 201 or it will not be 202. Okay. That is why this link portion is there. Okay. And one more thing, if it is 200 and it may not be 300 or it may not be 400, that means I want to say that it will not, there is no such thinking or the guarantee that this will be address will be in the increasing order, okay, or in the decreasing order. So this is the head of the linked list. This head basically stores the address of the first node. If it we get the address of the first node, we can easily go to the all the nodes. Okay. So this is the complete linked list. So this is the code for to link node. Okay. So our node basically contains two parts. One is the data part and another one is link part. Okay. So here we have used struct node. Okay. So the type of node is it is the node is okay. So node has two parts. One is int data and another one is pointer link. Okay. It basically this address. So you can see that this is the a node. Okay. This is a integer, that is this is completely a node type. This is the integer type and this is the node pointer. This is the node pointer. Okay, you can see there are three types. One is node type, next one is int type, and after that this is the node pointer type. So node means this total one, int type means this data type, and node pointer means this the address part. Okay, so here we have write node pointer a. Okay, a equals to null. That means this has been created. Okay, so this has been created. So we can say that the head has been created. Okay, a is a variable whose type is node. This is a node. Okay, and it contains null. That means it does not contain any value. Okay, so the head has been created. Now we'll create a node and insert into the linked list. So this head portion has been created. Okay, now we'll create a node. Okay, and insert data on this node. So we'll use the malloc function to create a memory block. Basically, in linked list, we will use dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so all the nodes are created during the runtime. Okay, so using the malloc function, we can easily create a node. Okay, so this is the function of, this is the statement for creating a node. Okay, so here you can see node pointer 10 equal to node pointer malloc size of node. Okay, so after malloc, this is the size of the node. That means size of how many bytes it will take. Okay, it may be int, it may be float. Okay, so how many bytes are will be required. Okay, and node pointer means the link part. Okay, so you can see that there is another code. Okay, so what will this code do? This is the how the node will be. This is node pointer a equals to null. This means the head has been created, and node pointer temp within bracket node pointer malloc size of node. Okay, by which a new node has been created. Okay, so a new node has been created. The address of the new node is 200. Okay, but there is no data and no link part is in this node. Okay, so next what we will do? Next we will do we just write another statement, that is %temp dot data equals to 2. That means we will here 2 will be inserted. Okay, so here 2 will be inserted. Okay, next pointer temp dot link is equal to null. That means here we will put the link null. Okay, why we will put null? Because we don't know whether there after this node there will be any node or not. Okay, next one a equals to 10. That means the a will store the address of this node. Okay, so a will store 200. Okay, a equals to 10 means a will store the address of this node. So a will be 200. So after that we have used pointer temp dot data equals to 2 to insert data. We can also use this temp and arrow right arrow data equals to 2. Okay, similarly for link part we have used here pointer temp dot link equals to null. Rather we can write this one. Okay, temp right arrow link equals to null. Okay, so how we'll implement linked list? Suppose this is an linked list. Okay, this is the head and there is a single node. Okay, this is the code for it. Okay, so this is the code for inserting another node. Here you can see that we have created another node. The data of that node is 4 and the link of that node is null. And a equals to temp means the value of temp will be a. So as you can see that now you can see that using this only this node has been created, but the link has not been established. From 200 you will not able to go to the 4. Okay, so to establishing that link this code is required. Node pointer temp1 equals to a. That means this is temp1. Okay, this is a. While temp1 is link is not equals to null. Okay, then we will put temp1 equal to temp1 link, or rather we say temp1 equals to temp. Okay, so the link has been established. You can see that we want to insert another node. Okay, that is 6. So we have inserted it and there is no such established link. So using this node the link has been established. Okay, so students, this is all about linked list. Okay, we have created linked list here, and in the next tutorial we will discuss how to insert a node at beginning or end or in between any two nodes. Okay, we'll do many other operations on linked list or double linked list or circular linked list. Okay, So if you have liked my video, you can subscribe my channel, or if you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. Okay. So student, if you want to like my page, you can visit www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom and like my page to get all the details of my video tutorial. So student, thank you for now. See you on the next tutorial. Okay, be safe, be at home.